You missed my last question. They shut me down.
Yeah.
They shut me down.
We did.
Hard.
It was not an open-ended question.
Listen, we just care about you a lot.
Ask it.
Well, no, I was like, hey, like, I mean, like, for other reasons, not just because, like, you know, like, I've been getting into motorcycles a lot.
No.
Okay, well, okay, fine. Jesus.
What was the question?
Should I get a motorcycle?
Fuck no.
Not right now. Like, I can't afford one right now.
Not
that would
at
be a
all.
really bad
Do you realize how easy it is to get fucked up on a motorcycle, even wearing leather? My father's been doing this for fucking years. I've seen Tennessee. He's a 400-pound man take a tumble on the highway.
And welcome to Peeves and Qs.
And welcome to Peeves and Qs.
Fucking hi. Sorry, TC. I'm going to talk about you like that. Oh, shit.
Well, welcome to our weekly podcast where we talk about things that annoy us and ask each other questions. I'm your host this week. I'm Clever Girl Jody. Hi. And I have Alex with me.
Hello, I'm here.
And Connor.
The show where we
I know, it's not easy.
The show where we award each other points and the points don't matter.
The points don't matter.
And last but not least, Doopy. Oi. Oi, vey, this
I gotta try that one
again.
What, are you even awake? What's going on?
I'm fucking up, man. I'm sorry.
Well.
So you just got back from work.
Yep.
What are your shifts like at your job?
Oh, they're magnificent shifts full of rainbows, sunshines, angry customers, and dollops of little bits of joy.
So, like, you clock in when?
I clock in at 12,
So where do you
and then
go?
I start my whole entire descent into hell, no Virgil included, and then I clock out around 8, maybe 8:30 if I'm really lucky. Try to make a 20-minute drive home, and try not to think about the 3 fucking customers I tried not to stab that day. There's a lot of trying in my work.
Mm-hmm. I feel you.
You're doing a good job, man.
You're doing an awesome
and it is
job.
trying. Believe me. Cue that audio track.
Are we rolling a clip? What's going on here?
Sorry, I had a moment.
Okay.
I apologize.
So how was everyone's week? Is our first section we're going to ask.
Oh, good. My week's been good. I have been, this is weird, I have been rewatching an anime lately.
Which one?
Death Note.
Oh,
It's the only good anime. I want to stress that. It's the only. It's the only.
no.
It is the only
You
good
fucking
anime.
normie
It's the
pleb.
only good anime.
You are wrong.
Well, it's the only good anime.
Man,
Pokemon.
you're
You're
saying that Death Note is the only good anime.
It's the only good anime, though.
What about One Punch Man? What about Attack on Titan? These
Those
are
are-
newer ones that
What
are
about
still like...
Those are all bad
What about
animes.
Fifth-
There's
what
one
about-
made in my bathtub. That's a great anime.
That is a good one. That's a fun one.
That's one I'm gonna have to check
Black-
out.
It's awesome.
Black Lagoon.
These are
Black
all,
Lagoon was the shit!
you guys are all saying a lot of animes
What about
that are not Death
Hellsing?
Note and therefore bad.
What about Doki Doki Literature Club?
That's not an anime. That's a video.
I mean,
game.
Is it not anime?
It is a Japanese style video game.
Yeah, it's inspired by anime, but I don't think that technically counts. But the spirit is there, and I feel it in its entirety.
Anyway,
Support you.
Anyway, I'm not an anime person, so the fact that I'm watching any anime is an achievement that God's
is that
anime should be-
amazing thought.
Wow.
Thank you.
I don't even know how to
I've got
feel
a
about
cue.
that. I guess, well, that's one way. But anyway, I'm rewatching it specifically because when I watched it the first time, I didn't think I appreciated it because I was like, this is a stupid anime. But people say I should watch it, so I'm going to try it. Once I found out that I actually really like it, it was like way late in the series. So I had to, like, it's always been on my radar to rewatch and give a real chance to because I've liked it a lot, but I didn't, like, love it. And I don't know that I still love it. It's still very anime and very frustrating.
I like about it how, particularly early on,
Yeah.
in order to sort of like, because it's kind of, I don't want to say like dull,
Yeah.
but like it's a really like low simmer.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like they're very self-aware.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And I'm gonna take a potato chip and I'm gonna eat it.
Legendary
Yeah.
fucking writing.
Oh, man.
Legendary fucking writing. Applause.
It's good.
I'll clap hands.
It's very you're talking like you're being sarcastic, but I know what
That
you're saying
line
is
made
true.
me shit my pants. I
I
was
know.
laughing so fucking
Me
hard.
too. That's why it's good.
Now, if you really
And you
want to
guys are
check
leaning
out...
against that couch. No, I'm just kidding.
Sorry, man. I got this fucking arm spread right
Oh,
here.
you're
It's
good.
the
You're
best.
good. Yeah.
If you really want to check out an anime that might grab your attention...
I already did.
Well, okay.
What is it? What is it? Our audience wants to know.
I was gonna say you should check out Overlord. It's one of those games inspired by like Sword Art Online with the whole fucking gaming thing.
So you keep saying things that aren't anime. You said Doki Doki Literature Club. You're talking about another game.
Did I say the word game?
Oh, is it?
Sorry,
not?
no. It's an anime. It's inspired by like the whole genre that Sword Art Online kind of re-inspired since like the Dot Hack series. It kind of made like this whole like gaming centered anime thing kind of take place, and that's like a common theme now, even in like mangas and shit, at least that I've seen so far. Yeah. And Overlord is like the concept of being stuck in a video game world, except being the villain. Mm-hmm. And I think that's really fucking cool.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, so I was initially going to watch Death Note up until like the big like kind of climax that happens not in the middle of the show, but like about I want to say like 3/4 of the way that like wraps up the whole first like just movement of the show. There's like a huge... I'm not going to spoil anything.
Yeah.
But I wasn't going to watch like the last like bit, because I think that's really stupid, but it's so short that I'm like, I'll just finish it and wrap it up. So I'm almost done with that. That's cool.
Yeah. Well, it's very light. That's like...
Light is a character. The main character.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, his name is Light.
Cool.
But yeah, it's fun. So, how else has everyone been? Oh, Jody...
want to show you guys a picture of what happened to me on Saturday.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Yes, this is.
Are you alive?
Audio podcast.
I know, but we'll explain it.
Lean in.
Jesus
look
Christ!
Very carefully at your.
This video is smashed.
On like,
well, it's an audio.
This
podcast.
video's smashed.
Just go to YouTube.
It does, but I try to keep it basically the same.
One
thing,
conversation at a time, guys.
Yeah.
No.
Oh my god, this car
anyway, how
is
good was Godzilla?
What is that pink thing? What is that?
I will explain.
Connor, can you see this?
I was going to say, pass it on.
Show.
I'm sorry, I can't.
It's okay, you're good.
So,
please tell me that's like a jacket.
Which part?
The pink part?
thing.
Why are you guys so concerned about this pink
We're like,
thing?
did you get in a crash and not only get in a crash, but have your underwear explained?
This is not underwear.
After the
This
crash?
vehicle.
Yes.
Okay.
Jody, if you want to say it for the podcast listeners.
Yeah, it's a picture of my car. It's upside down in a ditch.
Now, do you want to explain what happened? You're really talking around.
So I left Saturday morning, and this happened like a half a mile down from my house.
Very, like, the same road as her home.
Yep, I live in the country. The ditches are very deep. We have new gravel on the sides of our road. And I just kind of got into it, and then overcorrected, and then lost control, went into the ditch, and then flipped over onto the roof.
That gravel can sometimes act like a weird kind of vacuum.
It's a vortex.
Yeah.
So
she flipped her car.
Yeah.
Like in one motion, just like, you know the truck in The Dark Knight that Joker flips? It was just like that.
Damn.
So when I saw you earlier and I said, "Hey, how are you doing?"
I wanted
I
wanted to save it for this.
She wanted to get a genuine reaction.
I really did, because it's been...
Don't worry, we're reacting genuinely, and we're genuinely concerned.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Did you break something?
I didn't break anything. I thought for sure that I broke my foot.
She went to the hospital and she got x-rayed and examined and everything.
Okay.
So.
Okay, are you in debt now?
I mean, I will have to buy a new car.
Oh, fuck.
I wouldn't necessarily say I'm in debt. I had full coverage on my car. But
thank Christ.
Yeah.
So that happened, and I luckily was playing a podcast on my phone. And so I'm hanging...
Not this one, unfortunately.
Yeah, no, not this one. A different one. Comedy Button.
Stop mentioning them.
They have enough listeners. No. So I'm hanging upside down in the seatbelt, which is... Connor, do you know what that's like? Did you flip a car?
Yes.
And we're hanging by the seatbelt?
I was hanging by the seatbelt.
Yeah, it fucking hurts.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care how thin you are, it fucking hurts.
You're not meant to be supported by that.
Yeah, you're not. But at that moment, I just knew I had to call somebody, and so I luckily had the podcast playing on my phone, and the phone just happened to be like right in front of me.
Yeah.
So I picked it up, and then I called my home, where Alex and my dad were. And I my dad answered, and I went, "Dad," and he said hello, like he couldn't hear me, like hello, and then I was like, "Dad," and I think by then he kind of knew, like, what the hell?
Yeah, what's wrong?
And I just said, "Don't panic. I just flipped my car," and I seriously had left.
Yeah, literally
5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
From home.
Uh-huh.
I think most of the car crashes that usually
They
happen
do.
are like 15 minutes away from home.
Yeah,
Because
seriously.
you're such like a I'm just leaving.
I'm
my
fine.
home.
Yeah. So I was just like,
Well-
I flipped my car. I'm don't panic. I flipped my car, and my dad's like, I'll be right there. And all I could say was like, bring Alex, let him drive.
Yeah, because your
yeah.
dad, for context, your dad is not like a great under pressure person.
No, he faints
He
easily.
faints easily.
He's like a
okay.
goat.
He's a fainter.
Yeah.
He's a goat? What?
But-
Are goats known for fainting?
Yeah. They're called fainting goats.
Why? Why do you do that?
Because they literally pop up and then drop
I'm-
on their side.
I have to YouTube real quick.
You should.
guys,
Do it.
You do that, and I'll continue telling. But yes, he faints easily.
I did not know that about him.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I said, let Alex drive. He didn't. He drove, didn't he?
Yeah, he drove.
Yeah.
Can I interrupt and say that, like, people make jokes about how they're always listening and everything. I typed in the word faint, and fainting goat is the first thing that came up. Stop listening to me. Go on.
So by that, I had hung up the phone with my dad, and then I was like, I have to call 911. I'm still in the fucking seatbelt.
Yeah, still upside down.
So I called 911, and the lady answers. I'm like, I just flipped my car. I'm on.
Sorry.
He's watching videos of fainting goats.
They're like running and then just fall to the ground.
That's like my dad, man.
Oh my god, I gotta stop. All right.
So I just tell her, I'm like, I'm on this road, and she's like, is anybody else in the car? I said, no, it's just me. And she's like, are you in the car? I said, yeah. And she's like, can you get out? I said, I'm gonna try right now. So I have the phone up to my ear. I'm in the seatbelt, and I brace my
Yeah.
legs against whatever I could to get the weight off the seatbelt so I could unclick it. I did. And so here's the position that I'm in. Imagine that, listeners, like a hand up to the phone and you're clicking your seatbelt, and I literally just, boom, fell right onto the roof of my car.
Yeah.
Jesus
And I was like, God, that was stupid. Luckily, my back window had busted, and so I just crawled out. By the time I got to, like, the opening of the window, my rear window, my neighbors were there. They're like, we heard it, and we came down here.
Yeah.
Well, thank God.
Which is
Yeah.
really, really cool of them.
Yeah.
I'm really
Especially-
glad you're alive.
Yeah.
That's what everyone keeps telling me, and it's hard to hear that.
Yeah.
I like that you tell me that, but
Right.
that's hard to think of, isn't it? Like,
Well, nobody likes to think of their own morality.
Right.
Mortality. Fuck me.
that too.
Nobody likes to think about that either. A lot of people
So
have
then,
more-
so I literally like just crawled out, and then like the police were there, and they're just like, "What happened?"
Yeah.
They're like, "Where's the other car?" They thought I hit another car.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, it wasn't. It was just me, which is embarrassing enough to tell a cop, because then he's like, do you have new medication? Were you on drugs? Are you drunk?
Yeah.
Like,
Were you turned?
Were you texting?
Were you lit
And my
AF?
dad was just like, she just left the fucking house. Like, it was, yeah. So, yep, went to the hospital, got a bunch of stuff x-rayed, and was fine.
Yeah,
but,
perfectly fine.
Thank Christ.
Yeah.
But-
very, very scary for a lot
Yeah.
of people involved.
yeah. I knew you could relate to me, Connor,
Yeah.
because you've been through this, yeah.
I've been through this too, you know.
Not.
I didn't flip a car,
No.
but I definitely crashed.
The closest
Yeah.
I ever got to it is
Twice.
like being like, I think I went and took a nosedive in 2 deep dishes twice. Once I was a
yeah.
passenger.
I've done that, yeah.
I did
Once
that
I was a
once.
passenger, once I was actually driving the car,
Yep.
and both times I fled the fucking scene.
Uh-oh.
Don't admit that.
Well, this is the thing.
I want to
The
stress
first time
this is
I
a
had to
comedy
because my
podcast.
Yeah, this
It's
is all jokes.
None of this is real.
Yeah.
The first
Go
time
on.
I had to do it because my grandmother was stuck. I had to go and seek help because she.
Oh, that's not fleeing the scene. That's going and getting help.
I still fled the scene.
Fleeing took place.
The second time, I'm in shock, and the car is not just in the ditch nosedive position. The car is standing straight up, like the engine block
yeah.
is in the ditch,
Yeah.
and like I'm hanging there like you, except maybe not.
Not up.
Dying.
You're not upside down. Yeah. But you're just like,
It's a weird sensation being
It's-
held up by that strap.
yeah. My hips have seriously like never hurt. So.
And then after that, I hitchhiked home, and that's
Scary. Like,
Yikes, yeah.
no. There's like this old rusty red truck with like all the rust is at the tires. The guy's in there is like old, white, and has no teeth. And he has a thick southern draw. This is
See,
a
like
Texas
this-
Chainsaw
yeah,
Massacre
exactly.
scene, and I'm just
Why?
like, I just parked my car in a ditch. He's like, I'll take you home, buddy.
Did you not have a phone?
I didn't. I was in a panic.
Well, this was the 80s. They didn't have phones.
No, this
He's
is...
not that old.
I'm like 27, 28, but like... this was back when I didn't have much of anything.
Right, so, yeah. I think I remember this story now that you...
Yeah, I ended up hitchhiking home and left the fucking car there. My mother's like, you did what? And I was like, I panicked. I was in shock. And she's like, Andrew, if a cop comes and sees it, he's leaving a ticket on it. And I'm just like, that's the thing you're worried about. I could have...
So I am going to jump into the future and ask my question that two of you have already answered. And I'm going to say, tell me about your car crash stories. That's going to be my question. Because I don't think I have another one.
I have a couple more if you want.
So I
sure.
I have two follow-up things to your story, Jody. The first thing, did you pass out at all?
No.
Like, even
I
for
told
like
myself I could not pass
like
out.
A
No.
second? Okay.
No.
And I don't even just mean from shock. I just mean from the jostling of the... Okay.
Because I honestly, I keep telling people, I'm like... The best example I have is from the movie Power Rangers that came out in 2017. There's the beginning scene is Jason in the car and he's like on a chase and whatever, and then he crashes it, but it's in the perspective like right behind his head inside the vehicle.
And it's all like one shot.
It's that's exactly what it looks like. It's just you're just like fuck, I just crashed my car. Like,
which is interesting, and I can get into this more with your question, Alex. I have no memory of the flipping.
Really?
Oh yeah. Well, I was going like 40 miles an hour, and I hit a culvert like side on. Like thus, I have no memory of hitting the culvert, but I'm sure the second my head hit, because I hit
you
my
hit
head
your head
first.
Oh yeah, that's
I was
why.
out. So my second thing is having seen the picture. And knowing how a car flips and the weight involved and just how much torque that is.
Yeah.
And how you specifically flip. I am shocked that how do I
I'm
phrase
shocked.
this? Yeah, I'm shocked that neither side of your pelvis
I know. That's what they were worried
isn't
about.
broken. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like both, I would be equally shocked if like they were both because it didn't seem to be that high speed.
Right.
No, I was not going very fast.
Yeah. But I am shocked that neither side had it.
That's what they were worried about. So the ambulance got there and they checked because my knee was bleeding at the time, and then like my foot, I really thought my foot was broken.
Yeah.
And so they're like, they just kept asking me, do your hips hurt? Does your lower back hurt? Does your upper back hurt? Does your head hurt? They just like kept asking that. I'm like, no, none of that hurts. I know my fucking hip hurts because I've been hanging from a seatbelt for at least 5 minutes. So, and like, you just know the difference between a break and a superficial thing. So they're like, okay, you don't seem to be
concussed?
Yeah, like they checked my eyes and everything. They're like, you don't see. So we recommend that you go to the emergency room. However, you don't have to ride with us and save yourself like $800 or whatever.
In the ambulance.
I was like, cool. Yep, my mom's going to be here any second. I'm sure we'll go to the
hospital. For that.
Yeah, I'll go to the hospital. So we did. I walked into the ER. My feet are covered in mud because I was in a ditch. Like I'm talking like caked in mud. Yeah. And I walk up to the desk and the first person who's there is like, hi, can I help you? And I said, I was just in a car accident. And she goes, oh, okay. I'm going to have you go down to the end of this table and take a seat. And the other nurse is going to start taking your vitals. I said, okay. So I sat down. That nurse took a look at me and like looked at my feet. And she was like, what happened? And I was like, I was in a car accident. And she was like, where? And I was like, oh, I ended up in a ditch. And then she's like, do you have a picture of the car? And I was like, yeah, I do, because I had taken that one that I showed you guys. Yeah. I showed that to her, and she goes, oh, okay. She like hits this button on her desk, and then the phone starts ringing, and she answers it, and she's like, yep, trauma 2. Yep, blah, 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 blah. And then she's like, okay, I'm going to have you get in this wheelchair, and we're going to go through this door, and there's like a bunch of people are going to be on...
They're worried about a brain bleed.
Right, yeah. So that's like immediately they're like, okay. So like I, like literally we passed through the doors, and I had a person on every single one of my limbs and a doctor like talking to me. So it was insane. Yeah. Yeah. It was. I've never been like, just like all these people on me all at once. One was starting IV, like the 2 people were cleaning my feet and like hysterically laughing. They're like, you're just like covered in mud.
That's the takeaway.
Because because they peeled off my shoes and like you couldn't even see my toes because there was so much mud.
Yeah, that's true.
And so they're like, where does it hurt? And I just kept saying, I'm like, my foot really hurts. And I'm like, and my knee and my hip kind of hurt. But the doctor, like, it was palpating my abdomen and like checking my eyes and my head and that type of stuff. And he asking me just all these questions and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And so they finally like, they're like, okay, she's not like really seriously hurt. But they were really worried about my pelvis.
And where'd they take you?
I went to McLaren. Because that's where my mom wanted to go. So, so that's where we went.
Yeah,
but it was crazy.
Very scary. Very scary.
And the phlebotomist who was starting my IV, he was like messing with my right arm and he's like, does anything hurt on this side? And I looked right at him and I went, no, are you gonna hurt me?
Because he had needles and stuff.
Yeah, and everyone started laughing. They're like, yes, he is gonna hurt you. I said, okay. And literally at that moment, Alex like comes through the curtain, and I'm like, oh no, because Alex hates needles. So I'm like, look away.
But it was all right.
Yeah, it was fucking crazy, and I just like that day. Everyone needed to see me. Like when I got home from the hospital, like both of my grandparents were like, "We need to like see that you're alive and whatever." And like Alex's mom like made me call her so she could hear my voice because like she was panicking and whatever. It was just weird and it's so weird. I got in this car crash and I literally was like, I'm gonna be fine. Like I'm more worried about my dad passing out and like me just like getting out of the car because that's what I was really worried about, that I was going to be trapped in the car and the fire department was going to have to come here and I'd have to wait to get out of the car.
Yeah.
Yikes.
That was my biggest panic. But I was not worried at all about my body. And now that I think about it, like I could have been paralyzed. There could have been water in the ditch and I could have drowned. Like it could. That's what I hate thinking of. Yeah, is all those
scary stuff. You got off light. You got to live, and you don't even have a case of the goofy walk.
I got that. I have all of this. Across my chest is bruised, all of it, and then
on your hip too.
On my hip, my foot, and my knee is like really cut up. But yeah.
Well, I can't help but notice that we haven't talked about me in a while, and this is a problem for me. So when I crashed my car...
Christ, man.
Well, he did ask this question, and we haven't answered it yet.
So I crashed my car. First, it was wintertime, and I also went into a ditch. Did not flip it. I just kind of like...
Flip it. Twist it. Bop it.
I was getting onto the expressway, and I was taking the entrance ramp, and and no one else was around, but I just started taking the ramp at more of an angle than I wanted to, and I ended up like sliding face first into the ditch, and it like broke the radiator of my car. But that was easily fixable, and the car itself was drivable. Like it was okay. We just towed it out. I spent $1,000 and to buy the new part, and I didn't want them to fix it because that would have been like $2,000 or something. Mm-hmm. So I spent like weeks out and this was dead of winter, so it was freezing cold. I was like down on the ground in the freezing cold mud and dirt, fixing my car and getting it like put back together, and I finally did, and not like 2 weeks later or so, I crashed it again. This time totaled it. What happened was I was on one expressway and getting onto another one.
I guess I didn't know about the first time.
Oh, yeah.
I guess I didn't know about that.
Yeah, because it was like that first heavy snow that we got.
Sure.
Of the
It was literally
year.
the first day of snow.
And he just went off the ramp. Don't worry, Connor. I didn't know till 2 days later that had happened.
You hit that shit?
No, it didn't come up because we weren't living together at the time, so it didn't come
Alex,
up in conversation.
Just admit it. I respect you a lot more if you did admit that you hit it.
I didn't tell her for a couple of days, but I didn't hide it from her. So.
That's a way of hiding.
Anyway, the second time was like I had just spent all this money and I had spent all this time and all this mental fortitude getting it fixed. And then I was getting onto another expressway, and I like kind of started sliding again to the right, exactly the same way. But this
your thought, oh shit again.
Yes, I was like, no, not again. This time there was like those two like the barriers, you know? Yeah. I don't know what they're called, but like those metal wavy barriers. And I hit one on the right side and bounced and literally slid across the road and hit the other one again, face first, like head on.
So you ponged.
Yeah, I guess I was ponged. And it literally...
I was ponged.
It crumpled the entire front of my car in like an accordion, and then it was like totaled.
That's magnificent.
It was terrible. It certainly was terrible.
He did call me for that one.
Yeah, that one I called.
That one
he didn't want to. I could tell he didn't want to.
You can't get away from that one.
Right. So
Yeah.
Don't worry, I would have hit that shit too.
So thank you. See?
I understand because you feel so
Yeah.
stupid. You're just
right.
like, you're embarrassed. You're like, I can't believe I just crashed my own car. Nothing happened. Like, I just
there's
got
no
into
point.
some gravel.
Yeah.
Right.
I get it, but
What's your story?
Mine? Well, since we got all these hardcore ones, I'm gonna tell you guys a light one.
Oh wait, maybe I should go first then.
Go for it.
Because do we want to wait? It depends. Do we want to end on a light one?
Well, we
like,
have more podcasts to go through. This
Well,
isn't the car crash episode, so
Well,
we're,
this is-
it's
is the
going to
car
be titled
crash.
the car crash episode.
it's not
Go for
titles,
it.
but all right.
Well, I don't.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Okay. I have two.
Okay.
They were both pretty bad.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well, the second one, like I didn't realize how bad it was until like way later.
Really?
Yeah, like it was scary, but like
Right.
it was scarier than the first one because I don't really remember the first one. But yeah, years ago, going down a highway, I was going faster than I should have. But not like stupid fast.
What time
Like,
of year was this?
January.
Okay,
It
so
was
like
January 15th, 2011.
okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
For those of you not in Michigan, that's off.
Yeah.
It's awful. It's always
Yeah.
off. January is always awful.
It was weird. Like the beginning part of January, we didn't have anything. Like,
Right.
It was,
we had a January thaw that year.
Yeah, and it was the first big storm of like the calendar year.
Okay.
Yeah, Stormageddon.
I probably shouldn't have been out in the first place. I probably shouldn't have been going as fast as I was, but I
I
did.
was,
yeah.
yeah.
I could still see in front, and I was just driving. Like I didn't try to merge anywhere. I was just going down, and the car was like, "No, we're going somewhere else."
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I
There's
panicked.
no
Were
warning.
you by yourself in this one?
No, I was with Tristan.
You, okay.
I did the dumb thing that you're not supposed to do when you
Mhm.
spin,
Slam on your brakes.
and I slammed on my
Yep.
brakes and went
Overcorrected.
counter to
Yeah.
Yep,
the
you
spin.
overcorrect. That's exactly what I did.
and
Yep.
it spun us around into the ditch, and
Yeah.
I hit it was a deep ditch with a high culvert that had a stone, like it was part of a driveway. It was a stone
Yep.
wall.
Yep.
I was going about 40. I flipped the car 5 times.
That's
That's what they tell me.
insane.
That's what it said
Whoa.
on the report from eyewitnesses from the house I was in front of.
God.
Because they were having lunch, like, by their
Damn.
bay windows. Yeah,
I can't
dude,
imagine.
It was bad.
No, you definitely would have blacked out.
Since you showed a picture, I wish I had.
Dude, you fucking tossed your car like dice.
Oh, it was bad. And that's the thing. This was a car that was made... This was a Pontiac from, like, 97. So this
Oh my
was
God.
a tank.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And it was...
That's why you lived.
Right. No,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Any newer car, you would have died.
This car was twisted metal.
That's a sick video game, by the way.
Yeah,
Sick reference. Too soon, Joe.
we ended up parallel to the road in the ditch with the passenger side down, driver side up in the air.
So you were sideways when you landed.
Yeah. Finally landed. And I thought we were totally straight up because I was so disoriented when I finally woke up that I thought I was like this because my head was like this, and I just and the first thing I remember was seeing the cracked windshield, which wasn't that bad,
Right?
and I was just like,
You're like, damn it.
I'm like, fuck. Shit, my stepdad's gonna kill me.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Isn't the things that come into your mind when that shit
Because,
happens? You're just
and
like,
not that I thought he would be mad that like I necessarily crashed that,
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, like he did a really big favor, like finding this kind of vehicle, like for me.
Yeah.
So like, because I paid for part of it to like live back in Michigan with, like it was, and I just remember him being really proud of this thing, and him being really proud to give it and like present it to me. And that was my first thought. And then I remember thinking, ow, my side hurts. Oh God, my limbs are...
my limbs are on the other side of the car.
My limbs are all the way over here.
Yeah, I didn't. Holy shit! You don't take me a long
Connie.
time to realize you have like 4 prosthetic limbs. I never knew that.
No, but like my limbs are like across my body. And that was when I realized I wasn't even like touching the seat. Like it was I
You're
was
just like hanging.
I was hanging entirely
Yeah.
by.
Oh, jeez.
And then I saw Tristan, who is still unconscious, covered.
Did she pass out as well? Like
Oh,
she
she
doesn't
was-
remember flipping?
Oh yeah, she was done. I remember seeing her covered in blood.
Ugh.
Your blood?
I didn't think it was.
Oh.
I thought she was dead.
I can't even. You're gonna
Yeah.
make me cry. Like, I
geez.
can't.
Yeah,
Graphic scene,
I thought
man.
she was dead, and because I didn't know I had a really bad. I don't know if it's like how
Oh,
visible
yeah, I
it
can
still
see
is,
it now. Yeah.
but like this, and it was entirely from my glasses.
Oh, is that what that is?
yeah, it's when what must have happened.
Yeah, my
was
airbag didn't even
I
go
hit
off.
my head,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you should
and then
call
I think I
call
went
company.
forward.
Oh, I didn't hit my head on.
Oh, but yeah, and then once she woke up, we were very aware she was screaming
Yeah.
because her femur broke.
Oh,
Oh,
God, I
jeez.
would die.
Oh.
I would
That's a rough
sooner
one.
die.
For those who are listening who don't,
It's the biggest fucking bone in
it's
your
the
body.
densest bone in your body.
That's the
And
hardest one to
It's
break.
the most weight bearing, other than your
That makes me
hips,
ill.
but it's the most weight bearing bone in your body.
And boy, when you break that one, fuck.
Yeah, and
It's like danger.
and there's a whole saga with like her trying to get that fixed
Yeah.
and all of that. Yeah, and then they
Oh my God, that just makes me
they
cringe.
helicoptered me out.
Whoa.
Because then they realized it was my... Because at first they thought it was her blood, too. Because the guy... Strangely enough, the guy who is in the house I was across of was the son of the people who lived there, who happened to be a paramedic.
Whoa.
So he comes running out, grabs a kit from his trunk, and, like, just throws himself into my car.
Uh-huh.
Fucking.
And it's just like, okay... And he... Because he visited me in the hospital, he was like, he's like, I'm sorry I didn't do anything to help, like, she said girlfriend, we weren't dating at the time.
Mm.
Your girlfriend, she's like, I just thought she was dead. So, like, I just focused on you, and you
Oh
were
my
bleeding.
God.
But apparently
Jeez,
he had stopped most of the bleeding from even though I was still,
You could have died just from that.
just from that, yeah. But there was enough traffic that apparently, they were there, like, immediately. And I was helicoptered out, and I remember them going, does it hurt anywhere? And I went,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, but I know, I remember, yeah. I don't know where, though.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, because
I was like, I'm in pain. My body's telling me I'm in pain, but I don't feel it right now.
Yeah.
that's the
Yeah.
adrenaline.
And then and then to sort of put a bookend to this story, like I was in the hospital for a couple weeks recovering and, getting my ability to walk back.
Mhm.
Because I had broken both sides. I'd cracked my pelvis in 3 places, twice on my left side, once on my right side. I broke 3 ribs on my left side, and I had a sacral crack and nerve damage in my back,
Yikes.
which I still have a lot of trouble with. So then the second one is a lot more funny.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah?
it's not funny, but like, but no, because it was in like February, March
Gotta
of
sell it now.
last year.
Hmm.
And like I was going to rehearsal, like I left campus and I was going back, and it was fine. Like there was no ice or snow on the road, but
Right.
it was one of those days where we got like suddenly like freezing rain.
yeah. Which happens.
Yeah, and I wasn't going. I was going like on 475, but I was going like 50.
Right.
Like so, not fast at all considering the speed limit there is 70, 75.
Right.
And I was going straight. And I went to because Kersley Street was coming up.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, click. Okay, I'm gonna put my foot off the brake.
no.
You're just like,
then we started.
no.
Then I just started spinning,
Yeah.
but going the other way.
Yikes.
Yeah.
So like to the left,
Uh-huh.
and then correct. Like I'm like, okay, foot off of everything. Gonna
Yeah.
go with it. Went with it. Then ended up spinning to the other side, and I'm like. And I'm seeing cars just like,
That's-
and then I hit like you head on into that barrier on the right side. Which, by the way, there's nothing after the barrier at that point. Like it's like about 100 feet below.
That's actually
That's a fucking drop.
But like that thing is like reinforced with like steel,
Yeah.
whatever.
That's why it's there.
Exactly. You can like if you drive by, you can still see the crack in
Whoa.
the wall because I hit it. I hit it so but I still had enough to like spin or whatever. So I hit it or like on like the left front like so like the passenger like corner, the front. But then like I hit it, but then like I spun again and hit then on the driver's side and then it just sort of like slid.
And then you're just like,
And I was like,
but you didn't hurt yourself at all.
no,
That one. Okay.
I was totally fine. Because it was strange because
It's just like you get like
the
stiff.
second
Yeah.
I started spinning, I went limp.
Yeah,
Like I'm just
that's
like
good,
I'm
that's
like
good.
whatever, like whatever's gonna happen.
I've done that before.
Yeah,
I've
whatever's
literally
gonna
let go of my steering wheel. Like fuck it.
I mean, I didn't let go of the steering
I
wheel.
don't
Like, I
let
was
go of
just,
the steering wheel.
but like I just started breathing and like whatever's. I'm like, oh, whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen.
That's what I did when I just like went into the ditch. I was just, I literally said like, ugh, end this is I think what I said. Just like end the car moving is what I meant. Like
that's a bad final thought to have. End this.
No,
Fine.
this is not the one I had just last week. This was one I had in the middle of the
So
day one
here's what
time.
makes the story funny. I was charging my phone in the car, but it had just enough charge to like stay on when I plugged it in.
Yeah.
But it hadn't charged enough from when I left to when the crash for it to stay on.
Oh no.
So then my phone died immediately.
Oh.
Yeah. So then I was there. So like this couple stopped and they're like, "Are you okay?" Because I saw it. "Are you okay?" "Yeah, I'm fine. Like I didn't hit my head. Like I got out of the car.
Right.
Like I'm.
You know, you do like
fine.
a body check. You're like, okay, I'm good.
And surprising with how hard I hit the wall, and how much damage there was to the front, the wheels were fine.
Yeah.
The axle looked fine.
Your car's meant to do that.
Yeah.
Is to crumble.
And I looked and like the engine block was still fine, and I'm like, I could. Like, I don't have any headlights, but like I could
drive home. Yeah.
I could drive this out.
You're just like,
So-
oh, see ya.
but I'm like, no, I'm gonna stay here and I'm gonna try to charge my phone. And so I turned my car back on.
Those people didn't like call the police or anything.
They
for you?
asked, and I said, no. At that point, I didn't realize my phone was dead.
Oh, okay.
And so I'm like, oh shit. So I plug my phone back in. I turn my car on. It starts. Yes.
Wow.
And I'm just gonna sit there. And my phone is charging. I see it's charging. It's not on yet, but it's telling me it's charging. And then I see the temperature of the car.
No.
I can see the needle. Go. And I'm like, oh shit. So I turn off the car and I'm like, fuck, I just lost all this power because my phone isn't, it needs to continually charge to keep that.
Right.
I'm like, alright, well, I know where I am. I'm gonna get off the highway.
Good idea.
I was,
but also very scary.
I was near the Davison Road exit. So I'm like, it's right there. I can see it. Turn it on. Get off the highway. I can't go faster than like 40. But
you were in the car. I thought you were gonna tell me you walked.
No, no.
Fucking drove
And then I'm driving, and I'm like, it's fine. And I see the temperature go up.
And you're like, okay, I gotta.
You're
like, oh, get off.
Fuck. And so like, I get off the highway and I pull over and I shut it off.
That's
I'm like, fuck.
scary.
There's no gas station or any businesses near me. I know where I am.
Oh my god.
Back on.
That's the moral of the story. I know where I am.
I made it. Does anyone know where this is? The intersection of Saginaw and A Street.
A Street.
Nope, I don't know where.
That's a rough part of town.
Oh yes, yeah, because the letters. Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm.
At that point, I was coasting
Yeah.
into traffic. So I'm like, I gotta get somewhere. So I pulled into this gas station, and at this point it was dark because it was. And I was like,
God.
yeah, and I'm like, oh, and by the way, like as I was spinning, the thought in my head was fucking do it, meaning fucking you better fucking kill me, fucking do it if it's gonna happen. Like so, this one I'm like, I'm alive.
I gotta fucking stay alive.
So then I start crying.
Yep,
So I'm in black pants. Black shirt, black hoodie, because I was going to rehearsal. My hoodie's up, it's raining,
You're
I'm
just
shivering,
crying.
I'm crying. I'm coming into this gas station, and these hardcore, life-beaten down black men are giving me a wide berth.
Oh wow.
Because they think I'm gonna fucking, blow the place up, I
Yikes.
imagine.
Well, you are white and then covered in nondescript clothes.
And you're
you
just
look
like, I just
half the shooters from last year.
Yeah. And I
Can I just go?
so I go up
Sorry.
to the window, and the guy's just like,
Are you okay?
and he just went,
Oh.
because I was just like,
I'm sure you look
and I
bad.
went, it's like, can I help you? I'm like, I will pay you to use your phone. And he just hands me.
He thought you were from the future, I bet. I bet he thought you were John Connor or something.
And at that point I called my insurance company and get them to tow, but at that point it sort of, like, it took them 2 hours. So I'm stuck in this gas station for 2 hours without a cell phone.
Right,
so I then called
like,
my grandparents and was like, hey.
Come pick me up.
No, because they were out of town.
Oh.
But
you have our number?
But I called them because I knew their cell phone by heart. I don't know Taylor's cell phone by heart.
Yeah. I don't know Alex's.
It's the last 2 digits that mess me up. And so so I said, just call her. Tell her I'm okay. Tell her where I am. I'm fine.
Oh God, you're right.
And then I thought the insurance, like the tow company would be there like a half an hour. It took 2 hours. So that's still it. Yeah. Anyway, so that's when I got that new car, by the way.
Nice. Well.
Anyway, so that was yours is funnier than that.
That was very dumb. I'm
so
going to be watching some more fainting.
Mine's kind of like dumbly funny. That's the reason why it's kind of funny.
I've had those too.
So I crashed this car going 5 miles an hour.
Wow.
Ow.
I love you.
It's like me in a golf cart. I've done that.
I got my license late in life. I got it when I was like 23. So I had barely anything. I didn't even have my own car, didn't have my own phone. I had fucking bullshit. I had nothing. So I'm borrowing my grandmother's car, which it's already like a hunk of shit fucking beater van. That thing is a tank without a fucking engine block, basically. That's just, it's a piece of shit. And I've been doing like rehearsals. I won't say the show, and I won't say the school I was at. I will say it was really late at night, and everybody had already left. But I won't say because, like, that one guy who asked for my number.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of like one of those things. Except instead of calling somebody out, I don't want them to know that I fucked up their shit. Anyway, I'm now done. It is January, like all good car crashes, and the snow is piled fucking 7 feet high on these dunes.
That's pretty high.
So everybody's pretty much gone. I have no one to save me after this happens. I start the car up, I back up, I start going forward, and the power steering immediately shits the fuck out.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I'm panicking. God. This is the first time I've ever had a car issue. And I'm panicking, so I keep trying to move the steering wheel, but it's so heavy. It's so strong.
You ever had that happen?
And
I don't think so.
Both my feet are on the ground. Nothing's touching the gas or the stopping pedal.
I've driven
the
brake.
I parked that bitch onto the dune, and I hit a sign, and not only do I hit it, I turn it all the way around, and it's now leaning.
Ooh.
And I'm like,
5 miles per hour.
Fuck, my parents are gonna kill me for parking this.
The things we think of.
Yeah.
So I sit there, I call my mom, it's like, Mom, she's like, what? I'm just like, I'm stuck on a big, huge ice dune, and she's like,
what?
How? What did you do? I'm like, the power steering went out, and I freaked out. She's like, you could have hit the pedal, the stop pedal.
The stop pedal.
The brake.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it's called.
Called the brake.
I was panicking.
You're not panicking now.
She was too. She was like, the stop thing.
And I'm like, I'm sorry, Mom. She's like, don't worry. I'll send somebody to get you. She should be there in 10 minutes. About 2 hours go by.
Oh my God.
It's now 1 o'clock in the morning. My car is still parked at this...
frozen solid.
You're dead.
This car is still parked on this fucking huge mound of snow with the sign ripped all the way around. It's 1 in the morning.
Can I ask you a question? Are you a ghost?
No.
Did you die during this?
I didn't die. I was just, jumping jacks to stay warm, running around in circles. I may have lost 5 pounds that night because I was so
shivering.
Fucking cold.
Yeah.
I didn't bring a thick enough coat. Because that was back when I used to wear jackets all the time, because that was the cool thing to do.
Don't you point at me.
You did that
no,
all the time. I hated it.
And he gets there with his tow truck. He's like, sorry, I was at my mom's. His mom's 5 minutes away from the high school.
Don't worry, I was just freezing to death.
His mom's 5 minutes from that school. He could have been there in less than 5 minutes. He could have been there at 3 if he hurried.
Wow.
I stayed there for fucking 2 hours.
Yikes. That's not cool.
You could have walked home by then.
And the thing is, I used to live over by that way, and until I moved out, for the next 2 years, I would see that sign every fucking time I drove by it, and they never fixed it. I think even to this day, it's still just fucking turned all the way around.
Wow.
Some say to this day.
Well, it's been an episode of Peeves and Qs.
This entire episode has been car stories. It's 45 minutes in.
Much like these car wrecks, this episode is also a wreck. I went there.
Wow.
I tried.
I went there.
It's too soon, dude.
Well.
Do you guys want to talk about anything else?
I mean, I had some stuff to talk about, but
You
shit.
guys want to talk about Godzilla?
Nah.
I would like to, but I haven't seen it yet.
Not yet. You will.
I'm working on it.
I won't see
Somebody
it.
have any peeve?
Yeah, fucking searching for a new car is a bitch.
Is it annoying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really is. And that's it. That's my peeve.
I hate when I crash my car and almost die. It drives me mad.
That's just...
You got a peeve, Doopy?
Yeah, I hate children.
Specifically...
Is there a specific thing, or just like...
I caught a fucking 9 to 10-year-old today trying to steal from my work. He wasn't
So
even...
what's that like?
I watched this little trashy kid, and I do mean trashy in the sense that he didn't care. Like, I mean, I guess he...
About hygiene? About...
No, about nothing.
Okay, just about
Look,
nothing.
it's either that kid was just coming in dirty that day, or his parents just don't care enough to wipe his fucking face off.
Oh, I hate people like that.
But anyway, this kid is trashy because of the situation he comes from. I don't give a fuck. Anyway.
Wipe your face.
Wipe your fucking face. Do something. You got snot hanging from your goddamn nostrils.
Yuck.
They're crusted. They look like crabs hanging on your lip. Wipe it off. Wipe them the fuck off. Anyway. I know I sound awful for this tangent, but like
no,
I really...
I get it.
And don't get me wrong, I wouldn't be mean to a kid just because I hate kids, because you have to be nice to kids because how kids see adults changes and shapes how they become adults.
Right.
I just don't like them. I would never treat them like shit just because they're kids. I didn't even treat this kid like shit because he's a kid. Even though he was fucking stealing. I just don't fucking like kids. Now this kid is shoving candy in his pocket. Fucking handfuls. And I'm like, hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
And he looks at me and is like, I'm good. And he stares at me and watches me and, like, make sure that I'm not looking. I turn my head, but I don't turn my eye. He goes back to shoving candy in his pocket. I'm just like, oh my fucking God. Oh my fucking God.
So what do you do?
He went to the toy aisle next, and I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna see where this goes. And he's, like, in the toy aisle, and I'm not even making it... I'm not hiding that I'm watching him now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just watching him. Because usually I get too nervous, I like feel like an asshole when I watch
Yeah,
anybody.
but this is a kid. You
Yeah.
and you can beat up a kid if you have to.
Yeah.
I can fuck that
Listen.
kid up. Anyway, I just don't like it. I hate assuming that people steal.
Right.
Except when I
I
see
mean,
it.
this kid is clearly stealing.
Right.
Yeah, he's fucking stealing, and he's really bad at it. Which is, how? I mean, I guess he's 10. He doesn't know what tact is yet. 'Cause he's a fucking child.
I think 10's too old to be stealing candy and such.
I don't fucking
But
know.
whatever.
Anyway, he starts stealing the fucking caps for cat guns. He's removing them individually and shoving them in his pocket. And I confront this kid. I'm like, hey, I just need you to pull everything out of your pockets. And he's like,
What do you mean?
no, he actually looks at me. The fucking thing is tore open in his hand. He's like, yeah, I just found it like this.
Oh.
I'm just like, buddy, come on.
You're like, I
need you to
watched
pull-
you do that, yeah.
I need you to pull everything out of your pockets. I need you to give me back the caps, and I need you to give me back the candy. And he's like, okay. And this kid is clearly scared because he's never been caught before.
Mm-hmm.
He's never been caught in this situation.
Yeah.
And I probably should have told his mother, but all I did was say, like, all right, do me a favor. Find your legal guardian. Keep your hands in your pockets. And he goes off, and he keeps his hands in his pockets. But he leans in really close to everything, though, so I still gotta watch him in case he fucking grabs something with his teeth next. And I wouldn't be fucking surprised if he
With his
did.
crusty ass teeth. Oh my God.
Wow.
And that's pretty much, that's my peeve.
I wouldn't
I'm
even
an
know
awful
what to
person
do.
who hates children.
Hey,
You're not-
no, the person who hates children would, like, grab that kid by the back of the neck and be like, give me all that candy or
I
whatever.
mean, again, I would never treat a kid that roughly because how an adult interacts with a child is very important for their development. I hope that when he grows up, he realizes I gave him mercy.
It'll
like
go
how
one of
you
two
can
ways.
do
Yeah.
in the hit video game Undertale. Guys, my question is how awesome is Undertale? Ah!
Ooh, God.
That's got a
Anyway.
really
Oh, it's a plate. I didn't know what it was. I almost thought it was the Switch that he
It's-
just whipped at
It's
him.
a plate, but it's not exactly plastic. It's like, well, it is, but it's like really, really hard
I'll treat an adult
plastic.
like that. I'll fucking throw things at an
He's
adult.
developed. Wham!
I don't give a fuck. Act
Wow.
like a kid. I'll beat you.
Oh my God.
Anyway, go on.
I completely lost
So
my
Doopy
train of
doesn't like
thought.
children. I don't like buying cars.
What don't
So my
you like?
peeve is my girlfriend is too vicious at Mario Kart.
Seriously, it's
Mario-
ungodly.
Oh my god! So I
My
thought,
God in heaven.
I thought that I was really good. That I was really good at Mario Kart. Jody and I would play Mario Kart, and I would decimate her. I'd be like, she would be left
He
in
would,
the
but
dust.
eventually I got pretty good.
You got pretty good, yeah, but I would still
Which
most
like
of the time
boosted
beat
my
you.
confidence. I was like, yeah, I can totally play Mario Kart. Because
Yeah.
we played like a couple of times a week.
And then we came over here. I think we did some podcast. Yeah, we did like
Yeah.
2 podcasts, and Taylor was here, and she,
Yeah.
it was very funny. She did great. And then afterwards we're like, let's play some Mario Kart. It'll be a lot of fun.
And she's
Taylor
like-
was like, oh yeah, I haven't played in a while.
Yeah, I bet you haven't.
and I was thinking like,
She's such a scammer.
yeah, well,
Oh my god.
I was thinking, oh, poor Taylor, I'm about to destroy you
Right,
at Mario Kart.
I literally thought that myself.
I was like,
gonna
I'm
beat
so
her.
good at Mario Kart, I could beat anyone, all of my friends. I'm going to be like the top of my friends list at Mario Kart. We sat down to start playing, and then she just like miles ahead of us. Like she got
Yep.
through the finish line in like 30 seconds. We were still on like last place, and I was just like,
Man,
what just happened?
she beat our ass like it was for sale.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah.
She was a monster.
Yeah, I don't play Mario Kart with her anymore. It's
Yeah.
not fun.
Right.
There's never it's like,
Well,
You're like, fine.
Like I'll get second
Yeah.
every time,
Right.
and she's like half a lap ahead of me.
Yeah, she's so good.
I think it's because she
like-
plays as yellow shy guy. I honestly think
Yeah,
that's
well,
what it
I
is.
even
No.
like
It's
because
literally
nobody
no.
likes to play as yellow
No,
shy guy.
it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Because she's played it.
I
as
literally,
other
after she beat me the first couple of times, I literally changed my character and my cart to
Yeah.
exactly what she did.
Yeah.
And she still just
It
decimated
doesn't
me.
matter.
It was absurd.
She is insanely good.
Yeah, it's...
Guys, we have to overthrow her. It was like
Yeah,
something needs to happen.
we all have to...
Ain't gonna be anybody in this room.
Let's all
We're
make a
gonna all
truce.
train.
Yeah, and like level
really
up.
hard. Yeah.
It's not gonna matter.
Yeah, she's unstoppable.
Wow.
She's unstoppable.
Because then we'll be like, yeah, let's take you on 200cc, and she's like, crack.
It's like, oh, I think I might have a hard time with this.
Yes.
And she's so humble about it.
She is.
She doesn't like gloat. She doesn't like hide.
And Alex is in like tears. Like, I can't believe somebody beat me. Like, is
Oh, you
pissed.
little bitch.
No,
Yeah.
all right. I want to talk about this actually. So when we play Mario Kart, I tend to get very into it, and like if I lose, I'm like, oh, I can't believe I lost. And if I win,
I
I'm just
used
like,
to,
yeah.
and then, yes.
But here's the thing. I don't actually have any emotions attached to it. I just think it's fun
It's
to
just part of-
react
yeah,
to it.
it's
Like,
just
if
part
I
of it.
win, I want to be able yes, I won, I'm so happy, instead of like, oh, I just beat the level and I'll put my controller down and wait for everyone else to beat it. Like, that's not fun. So I really don't feel like I'm better than everyone else when I
Isn't
like,
it
yes!
infuriating when she crosses the finish line, and she's just like,
Waiting for you.
Yeah, she was sitting there like, I won. It's like, no, you just destroyed me. What are you doing?
so you guys want to play again? Like,
Yeah,
you want
she's
to
like,
round two? It's like, whenever you guys are ready to... Like, it'd be faster if you just quit the race and started over.
And I was like so tempted to be like, all right, let's change the game. We're gonna play some fucking Smash.
Right.
Let's play some actual fighting
you'll
games.
destroy her in Smash. Like, you'll destroy her in Smash.
Yeah,
I was like, this is
I don't
fun.
like
It's like,
playing
yeah, because
Smash.
I'm winning.
Because you're not as good at it.
Because I'm not as good at it. Yep.
It was just very funny for her to just be like completely
I just felt so
unassuming. You don't
stupid.
expect
I
it.
brought it up. I was like, let's
Oh, yeah.
play.
You should have seen her smile. She's like, yeah, let's play.
Yeah.
She knows! She knows!
Oh
She
my
pretends she doesn't.
That's
Yeah.
some great acting right there.
Right.
Yeah, that's a matter.
Okay, I haven't played in a while. Wrong!
I love it. The next time I'm going to see her, I'm going to be like, you're a fucking liar.
You lied to her.
I have inside sources that tell me you play Mario Kart all the time.
Well, that's it. She doesn't play it all the time. Like, we go through bursts, but like when she says, I imagine how she said it. Oh, I haven't played Mario Kart in a while. Like, you're thinking like, a couple years.
Maybe, yeah.
At least a couple of months.
At least
Yeah.
months, yeah.
No.
Like a couple of
Yesterday, I
days.
played yesterday. It's been a minute.
I haven't played it in a while. It was yesterday.
That's
yeah.
funny.
Wow.
Well, we got through 3 peeves.
We got through 3
and
peeves.
1 question.
And 1 question, which is a record low for, well, except for spotlights, I guess, where we don't really focus
Yeah.
on that stuff.
I don't know. We used to have 2-hour episodes.
Oh
That's
God,
true.
we
That
did.
is true.
We've really trimmed the fat.
So to speak.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna wrap this bitch up.
And that's so funny to hear you like hesitate and be like, "Oh, I shouldn't say this," but then you say it. And
Connor just like took it over for me,
Yeah.
which I'm glad.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll wrap this this badonkadonk up. Okay.
Wow. Bold.
Thanks for listening. I hope we didn't scare you too much with our stories, or at least I hope you take something away from it. Like watch out if
Drive
there's like
safe, for
if there's
example.
loose gravel on the side of the roads. If you live in Michigan, like don't drive in January.
just
anything
don't do
like
it.
that. But if you want to listen to more of our podcasts, you know where to get them because you're listening to it right now. But if you didn't, you can find us on YouTube at
You just have to search for it.
YouTube at
Peeves and Qs.
/Peeves and Qs. Okay.
No, not slash.
Oh, okay.
You just
Well,
have to search
just
for it.
search for it.
Also on iTunes, any place
Google
you
it.
get regular podcasts.
Fucking Google it.
Fucking Google it. What are you living in the fucking 19th century without your Mac computers and your fucking stone tablets? You asshole. Google it. That's all I got.
Okay. This
Well.
is fabulous. You can follow us on Twitter at Peeves and Qs.
Yeah.
And you can also email us your questions, horror stories about car crashes and such
Oh.
at peevesandqspodcast@gmail.com.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on Twitter. I won't post the picture of my car. But you can follow me at clevergirl, the letter F and the letter X.
I'm on Twitter at I have a huge headache. Mr. spelled with the long way
Seriously,
red
still?
2342. That's at Mr. Red 2342.
Oh, you can follow me on Andy Rooney, the Instagram, where you can look at all...
It's not, what is the Instagram?
I believe it's literally called andy.rooney.790.
Well, good.
Last time I checked.
They needed the numbers.
Yeah.
And you can look at all my weird deep fried memes that I custom made myself with lots of love and
Delicious.
we can get weird together and just
Let's just get a little weird. It's
just get a
fine.
little weird
It's
together.
fine.
And I'm really finding some word. I'm really having some trouble describing. I'm losing adjectives and brain cells.
Wow.
I'm having a moment.
Did the
All
kid
right.
steal like some brain cells from you today?
If he did, he wasn't subtle about it.
Wow.
Also, the pink thing that's in the picture of that car is a pink Power Rangers costume. It was literally like in my car, and I threw it out to cover the glass so I could crawl out.
Gotcha.
Wow.
So that's what that was. I wanted to leave that till the very end.
Okay, cool.
But all right. Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, bye everyone. You guys want to play some Mario Kart?
No.
No.